Hey, hello, scrappers. First thing I'd like to say is Happy New Year. Today is the 1st. Been out here tearing down a couple dryers. Pretty well got them all wrapped up. I knew a few days ago they were talking rain and snow, so brought my cutting barrel in, that TV over there, and a couple dryers in here. And then I had a wheelbarrow full of heavier metal. And well, they were not lying about the snow. They say we got about 5 inches. It's all falling off the trees now, and got some freezing rain. Had rain and freezing rain, and then the snow came in on top of that. So I don't know if the dog pen over here, where I got that chain link, almost looked like an igloo, but got water dripping everywhere. But I thought today I would tear down a little bit of that small stuff that I've got, clean some of it up. Been working all the overtime the last few weeks. I've been just getting out here tearing stuff down when I get a chance. I haven't really been bringing much in. It looks like we've got probably a copper tube here. There's some metal. Looks like maybe copper on both ends and maybe a brass cap on it. This is some brass. And then I got some aluminum here. I think I got 4 of those. I'll grab all 4. There's just a lot of stuff in that basket. And I need to get through it one of these sometime before spring. But I think I'll be back on 8 hours next week. So I'll probably try to start going by the transfer station. It's really too early, I think, to run my ad. So let's put this in the vise. Got a little die grinder out here. It looks like copper all the way down. So I usually like to keep my copper fairly small. Fits in the barrel better that way. So which what I could do, get these shears that I have hanging up here. I usually try to rest them on the handle on the table, put it in the vise. And let's grab a bucket. Couple odds and ends in there. I'm not sure what that is. It might be aluminum. Yeah, with these shears, get a weight on that real quick. Grab that other piece I threw in here. That's just some number 2 copper from before. .4 ounces. If you can see it there. I need to reconfigure that. I'm thinking about mounting it over here, see if that would help any. So I might do that here in a little bit. I do have to work tomorrow, and I got to be there at 5 o'clock, but it's only 8 hours. Get out there at 1:20 or 1 o'clock, I think, because that's when the night crew comes in. Drinking some coffee here. Well, yeah. I'll probably have to use a grinder or sawzall on this. So let's put, well, I might use that to break it down. But for the moment, and towards the end of this video, I got a little treat. Some of the guys on the Scrap Metal Recycle Talk group on Facebook were talking about a lot of them which do it full time. I'm going to get a bucket just for this, and I should have a few around. Yeah, I got one up here on the seat by the ceiling. And up here on the wall, been working a little bit. Got nails in with wrenches, so I got a lot of wrenches. That way I don't have to have them over here on the table. I don't know if you can see that. And I put one of these Harbor Freight magnetic strips back here and one here. So I got sockets standing on them. So if I need a socket, I don't have to dig through a pile. I pretty well have them according to size also. And then you guys might recognize one of these coming off a dishwasher. Thinking about trying to get a couple more, cut this little back flange off and then mount them over here on this other wall. But I want to get up there with a Sharpie where all the wrenches are hanging and try to write the size up there above them. It wouldn't hurt if I could bring that down a little lower, so I don't have to reach up quite so high. But it's okay for now. Anyway, back to this piece. I guess I need to angle this so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, we got copper there. Yeah, that looks like brass. Sometimes it's hard to tell under this artificial light. And these are LED bulbs. So, put this brass off of here, if I can. And that doesn't want to break loose. Oh, what is that, 9/16? Yeah, that's my long handle, long 9/16. I'll use it and get better leverage. Make sure this vise is good and tight. It was this workbench over here. It's not stacked up so high to keep it level. I think it dropped down a good 6 inches, so it's a lot more comfortable work height. Small piece of brass there. A point or 0.4. That should take it to 0.8, right? Yep. And I got a lot of brass in that one. Not all brass, but I'll have to sort through it. Okay, hang that back up. I think that's the one it was on. And now, I think I'm going to flip it upside down. Stick that one out. Try to use a sawzall. think that Sawzall blade's getting to the end of its lifespan. Looks like there might be some silver in that. Some, not silver, metal, but yep, it's got some metal in there. I'm not sure how far in it goes. I may have to cut in about 1/4 of an inch. And that could be part of the reason it was so hard to cut too. I might go ahead and try to get as many miles out of these blades as I can. As you know, they run about $5 or more a piece. Yeah, see, now that looks like it's all copper there. I may have been able to cut that there, but it looks like there might be a small little ring. And that might be the same thing here. I might be able to just pop it out, pry it out. Have to take that out and dump it in the wash machine on the trailer soon. Just about have that load out there ready to go. But tomorrow's Saturday. I got to work tomorrow, so I can't take it in tomorrow. So it's gonna have to wait another week. So that's just okay. Let me flip this over, see if I can get a better bite here. Nah, guess we're just gonna have to cut it. But I think I'll use angle grinder, be a little faster. Then I'll have to take off a little. I got a coffee can in there that says dirty copper, and I can put that in it. Yeah, that dryer I tore down earlier had, what was it? 65 cents and a couple pennies, and I believe this is a Canadian penny here. I believe, probably, I could be wrong. $1983, I think, yeah. Yeah, it's got something in there, spider or something. Set that one on the scale, then grab this tube. Yeah, I might go ahead and put the shears back in. Bring the bucket back over. And these are Harbor Freight shears. They're kind of cheap, but they work. Okay, we should be done with them. We're giggles, we'll throw that copper on the scale. 1 pound, 0.8 ounces. Yeah, just for giggles, see how much we got all together. Zero it out. 1 pound, 12.1 ounces. 1 3/4 pound. Not too shabby. Well, I'll have to sort through that because a lot of that will be number 1. We got a couple pieces here, number 2. So I'll have to finish sorting that out. Unless you guys want to see what the weight is. But I'll have to clean this up a little better. Well, I don't really see. Well, there's solder right here. So that's piece of number 2. I'll have to cut it here. And I cut that one there. Get everything away from the scales. Turn them on. One pound 5 ounces, 5.8 ounces. Let's see. Can't move them over here for this number 1 stuff. Just sip of coffee real quick. There's a couple pieces I'll take in here and throw them into number 2. Yeah, it's starting to fill up almost to the first ring. Now these things come off your gas stoves, as you can probably tell, and for the price that aluminum is right now, they're probably not hardly worth it, hardly worth fooling with. But for those guys that have more time than they have scrap, got that edge that's folded over. Now, I'm not sure if I can grab a hold of that and pry it off now, because yeah, there it is. What's that weigh? 1.2 ounces. Not much. I don't know if it'd work better Trying to just put that piece right there in the vise. I need to swap out that little black hose over here because it's got a little pinhole in it. Sometimes I think you can get in here and just peel these back like this too. We'll try that one. It's 10. 2.3 ounces. So we'll try that on this one. We'll just try to get a hold of it. Peel it back, which that actually looks like it's working faster and easier than that other way. Pair of channel locks. So it'd probably take about 15 of these probably to make a pound. At about an ounce a piece. And what's a pound? 25 cents. So you guys out there trying to make a living? No, this isn't going to be worth your time. For the hobby scrapper, micro scrapper, and a lot of the new scrappers, they don't have a bunch of accounts set up or anything. They're not bubbling over with scrap. You know, they're probably just getting what their friends are giving them or what they're finding on the street, or they might be getting a little bit from work. There's so many ways to source scrap metal. I probably couldn't begin to name all the different ways that are out there. There's probably a lot of ways I don't even know of. Yeah, today is Friday the 1st, but since I have to work tomorrow, I won't have time to make a video till tomorrow afternoon. But I'd like to be uploading it sometime tomorrow, so I can schedule it to go live Sunday morning. So I thought I'd get out here today. My wife sometimes complains that I work all day, come home, and I go out in the shop and work half the night. Good coffee. One more of them to do, and then I got the brass faucet. And looking at this brass faucet, we got rusted off pipes in there. Yeah, on both of them. So we're gonna have to cut them apart to get that metal out of them. Let's get these last two pieces cleaned up. And of course this will go under sheet aluminum. Okay, that's 4 of those units, which was 8, came up to 9.3 pounds, or 9.3 ounces. So, yeah, I think I'll take my barrel in there is pretty full, so I'll just go in here to the bucket shelf. It's now that we're into January. January and February is the coldest, so sheet aluminum. Put that right there. So I may have to get in here. Got this little heater up here by the ceiling hooked up. Got it turned on today, so it's nice and toasty right here where I'm standing. Got to get in here and get this cleaned off. I got some brass. Who knows what's up in there. Knock the bearings out of that for the aluminum, except I got a couple studs broke off, so I'll probably just end up melting that anyway. Got a few tools here I got to go through. So, yeah, stuff like this that I throw in that dirty copper. It's got aluminum here and then copper tubing there. So I got that one marked brass to melt. One of these days I'll probably get one of those devil forges, or see if I can get my my furnace hot enough with the waste oil burner. I got my crucible in here. It's a little wet here on the table. I got a few leaks in here still. I got my crucible here, so I got to make a lifting tongs, and then I got to get this seasoned. And then once I get that done, I can try to start remelting some of this other aluminum. I'll kick these lights back on. You see down under that cart I got a little wash tub full of those cupcake ingots, and then I got 2 buckets here that are about 2/3 full. So I got probably 50 pounds, 60 pounds of aluminum there to pour into ingots. I want to make smaller ingots out of it, but they look better. Plus, melting it the way I melt it into those, I'm not sure how clean it is. It's probably not too bad. There's really not much dross on top to skim off. But trying to think, where did I do it? There it is. What I want to do is melt it into ingots in this mold. As you can see, it's only a little over 1 inch wide, about 3 inches long. So, and maybe 3/4 of an inch or so thick. So I'll have to try to clean that up a little bit. Probably break the sandblaster out, clean it up a little, and then I had it in there on that leaky table for a while. Okay, now let's take a look at this. I'm going to put it in the vise first off and try to get these knobs out of there. Well, try it this way. Counterclockwise, and that came right out. That could be brass too. The magnet is not sticking. So counterclockwise seems to be the direction. Of course, you got a little screw on the end, and that's probably brass. Gotta clean some of this putty and stuff off. I know I probably don't have to, but I'm try to clean it up pretty nice for the yard. Now, if I was buying it, I wouldn't want to buy it with all that junk on it. Okay, so now we gotta try to split this open so we can get that metal out of there. I usually like using a die grinder because the disc is so thin. But these discs I got for the... Yeah, I really don't see, I don't know if you can see it here on camera, but I don't see really much difference between the blades, between the die grinder. Made that cut there. Now I want to try something with this. Yeah, see, that's pretty tight right there. Right there. So I can't even shove that in there. So this may be... So the die grinder may be actually thicker. I don't know. Well, I'm talking about those discs. I think I'll show them to you. I bought 50 of them off Amazon. Go Yonder cutoff wheel. They were $25, $26 for 50 of them. So that's just a hair over 50 cents a piece. And the ones I was getting at Harbor Freight were about 60 cents. So I get them, but 10 of them for $6. So okay, now I'm going to cut the other side. This is the first one of those discs I've used. I've actually done quite a bit of cutting with that disc. They're pretty tough. Okay, I'm going to put it like this now. Oops. Okay, both pieces fell and hit the ground. I see one. Lock it in where 2 points are holding. Okay, there's the other piece. Well, I'm not sure where the other one went. Yeah, I'll find it someday probably. Not sure if I can knock that loose out of there or not. Kind of wondering about this. I may have to... I'm going to check on this thing here too. That doesn't stick. That's good. I may have to just put some breakaway on it and see if I can get it to break loose in a couple days. Harbor Freight's got some stuff, and I think you can get it at Home Depot and other places too, that'll actually dissolve rust. So you can take like a tool that's all rusted up, soak it in there for a while, and then when you come back, all the rust is ate off and everything, everything's workable on it. But if I have to, I can, just finish cutting that off, cut the same thing on here, and if I can't if I can't separate that, I'm not losing too much brass. I can put it in dirty brass or something. So sometimes beating on it a little bit, sometimes I'll break it loose too. So yeah, see, that kind of broke some of it loose. Here's some more of it. I think I got it all out of there. The magnet will tell. Yep, magnet's not sticking. Okay, I got that out of there. I don't think I can be so lucky here though. Well, tell you what, let me stand this one up. Hopefully I didn't break the disc. Yeah, I did. Let me come in here and get one. The only thing I hate about dropping that angle grinder is half the time it'll land on the disc, or most of the time. And I usually try to share this information here. Usually when you buy an angle grinder, your disc, it locks down, and the disc in the back, they have a raised side. I don't know if you can, camera's picking that up or not, but it's raised up, and this side is down and kind of depressed here. So with a grinding disc, I got one right here. The grinding disc is very thick, so when you put that on, there's a lot of room down in there, so it'll go really good. But as you can see, when you put this disc on there, there's not really a lot of room left. So when you put the disc there, and then if you put that on like that, you're putting the two high sides together, so they'll come together and tighten up against each other, but you're going to have slop in there with the disc. So always remember, take the side that's recessed and put it towards the disc. And then just give it a nice little snug. You don't want to get it too tight, or you might be bending your pins on your tool trying to get it broke loose. Been there, done that. Okay, now go ahead and very little breakaway on that, and maybe it'll come loose soon. When I broke that other piece out, I was using this. If I have to. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get this video ended pretty soon. We're already 40 minutes in. There, it popped out. So just out of curiosity, how much brass do we have here? Let's zero it out. That is showing 1 pound 2.8 ounces. 1 pound 2.8 ounces. That's a chunk of metal. Okay, what I wanted to show you guys here too was how that heat feels good. I got on there and watched all my old videos of loads I'd taken into the scrapyard, and I had one where I took copper, number 1, number 2 copper. Had a barrel load here, aluminum, and that was $837.98. And this is all the loads I've taken in. And I kind of got looking at this because a lot of the guys on the Scrap Metal Recycle Talk group, you know, they were talking about how several of them had broken the 500,000 pounds of scrap for the year. Well, I did 62,000 pounds, 62,080 pounds of tin. For a total of $3,338.30. Cans, I took 120 pounds of cans in, got $30. So all together with copper, aluminum, and everything I sold last year, I have $4,206.28. Not bad for a hobby. Not bad at all for a hobby. Of course, a lot of that I put back into this by buying multiple tools, and you guys have seen most of them. I haven't broke out this Bauer yet, a 7-inch angle grinder. Fix to do one of these days. It's just been going with everything else since. But I just got curious myself, you know, how many pounds I'd taken in, and I haven't wrote down here. Of course, this first one on the list was a year ago, Christmas. So it'd be Christmas of 2019. So I really didn't count that one in. But I didn't write down what it was paying here, but it made 140, so it's probably 80 a ton. And then over here I started writing down what the price was per ton. So, and then once I got down in here, I put, load was August 9th, 100 a ton. It dropped from 105. I made $204. September 19th, 3,460 pounds. I made $242. It was 140 a ton. Then we went up to 145 a ton, 160, then 150, 125, and back to 160. And I'm not sure where it's at now, but I got a load about ready to go, so I'll be finding out sometime this next week. And I'm going to make a spreadsheet, and where I can just keep track of all this, and it'll kind of total up I can total it up as I go. And I think it'd be a lot quicker and easier, and I can kind of see where I'm at through the year. I worked a lot of overtime last year, and that kind of got in the way of taking a lot of loads in. But I had a lot built up because, like I said, this time last year it was only 40, 50 a ton, and I wasn't selling anything. I was just piling it up. So once the prices started coming up good, I just started hauling several loads in around September and October, a couple loads a month. And just trying to get it loaded up and hauled in, because I was working weekends too. So whenever I took the weekend off, I'd haul a load in. And I think the weekend I hauled a load of cans in, I took a load of tin in. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you'd like to see or be notified when new videos come out, hit that notification bell. And share the video with your friends. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone, and wish you a prosperous and happy new year from Okie Scrapper here, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.